Close. Bengals beat writers Paul Dehner Jr. and Jim Owczarski discuss the team's decision to fire offensive coordinator Ken Zampias and promote quarterbacks coach Bill Lazor. The Inquirer. Kareem El-Gasser. Bengals Extra is a weekly column from beat writers Paul Dehner Jr. and Jim Owczarski, looking behind the scenes of Bengals football. Before the Bengals ever kicked off the disastrous opening week on the field, the performance off the field illustrated a concerning trend. The Bengals and the fans aren't on the best terms. Such a fact was apparent in the banks of empty seats at Paul Brown Stadium this past week for the home opener against Baltimore and Thursday night game against Houston. On Sunday, the Bengals drew 55,254, the smallest crowd for a home opener since the mass season ticket holder exodus following the 2010 season, and the second smallest home opener crowd in the Marvin Lewis era. The first primetime game of the year sent the numbers spiraling deeper, with only 52,942 watching the Bengals' loss. Capacity of PBS is 65,515, the 84% capacity for the opener for tickets distributed ranked as the smallest number for the 15 venues across the NFL, not counting the LA Rams, who have a completely different set of circumstances in the LA Coliseum. Every team except Washington 86% filled more than 90% of the stadium, according to NFL Gamebook attendance figures. Thursday was the worst attended Bengals game since 2011. If more fans don't show up, this could end up the second worst attended season in stadium history. These figures on the face are concerning enough. The year after a team struggles to win will typically see a bit of a fall-off. The effects of the disappointing 691 season of 2016 are at play here, but the disappointment in attendance goes deeper. This was an off-season the Bengals purposely attacked a few areas that fans often complain about. They went all in on honoring past players with the 50th season campaign, even bringing back legends for every game. The team was visible in the community with a 50 logo around the tri-state. They petitioned the league to finally give them a home opener for the first time since 2009. They selected skill position playmakers John Ross and Joe Mixon early in the draft. Cincinnati Bengals fans react to the team's play in the first quarter during the Week 2 NFL football game between the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals, Thursday, September 14, 2017, at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. Photo. Kareem El-Gasser put as much time and effort into marketing these first two games together as any games in recent history. The entire off-season from a sales perspective was all about pushing opening week. It's all played out as too little, too late in the eyes of fans. Whether it be sticking with Adam Jones, drafting Mixon, or a feeling of displeasure with Marvin Lewis, Andy Dalton ownership, pick your reason, fans stayed away. And those who came haven't been afraid to voice the displeasure, with boos as regular as cheers, while the Bengals scuffle to one of the worst offensive starts in NFL history. One fan even threw a shirt at Dalton as he jogged into the tunnel after the game against Baltimore. The disconnect between fans and team now only grows wider with failure on the field. NFL games are obviously great to watch from the couch, and getting fans into stadium stands as a major obstacle of the NFL. Even as San Francisco claimed 100% tickets distributed, it looked about half full on Sunday as many stayed away. There are attendance issues in other places. But considering the importance and resources placed on these two events by the Bengals and stunning lack of response in the seats, clearly the general dissatisfaction of the fan base before a single snap was taken posts as a third loss for the Bengals this week. Now, the Bengals attempt to sell a team without a touchdown through those first two games to a fan base already voicing their unhappiness with the Wallets. It's fair to wonder how low those attendance figures could sink as this year plays out.